All right, all right. Man, oh man. And we still have all kinds of frost going too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cocktail. I already know what I'm giving that one. I mean, you look at what's on their website, and it looks like they only made singles, and it looks like you made us a double. It's like they took their recipe.
I wasn't saying anything,
and they divided. You said that you were going to do that. You said that you weren't going to say anything, but you were going to say something. Was it this? Is that what we were talking about? There's a couple episodes.
I'm not going to say anything.
You dirty sock chucker. You scun of a ditch. Yeah. Well, dear listener, welcome to a little bonus episode of the cocktail of the Brown Derby cocktail that Mr. W2 masterfully crafted from the Old Forester 1920. He pulled this recipe right off the website, and it looks like he followed the instructions to the letter, except for
I may have made us a double.
Well, except for the garnish says orange twist, and we used grapefruit twist.
It did,
because it's what we had.
It's what I felt like made sense,
right? Why would we put an orange twist on?
Yeah,
it doesn't say expressed orange peel over your cocktail,
right,
which would happen from time to time, but not on this one. It just says what are the instructions here?
2 1/4 ounce Old Forester 1920. 3/4 ounce honey syrup, 1.5 ounces of freshly squeezed. In this case, I used a deep ruby grapefruit.
Okay.
We chilled our glasses.
Because we're not asses, according to Salty Whale.
And then took all the ingredients, put them in the shaker, added some ice, vigorously shook for a few minutes.
You tried to shake the religion out of it. You were down here just like...
And then strained into a rocks glass.
Yep, over a large ice cube. It's beautiful, and you garnished with the grapefruit twist.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, it's a good thing that you peeled the peel off of it, the twist off of it, before you mashed the shit out of it with your juicer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been a little weird. You would have been garnishing it with like, I don't know, mashed all the shit peels.
We got the juice we needed.
Yep. And when we were making it, or when you were making it, I couldn't help but think of how that's beautiful. That's a beautiful picture you got there. How surprised I am every time, because you never know how much juice is in a piece of fruit. Right. So wild.
And I just picked this grapefruit up Sunday afternoon.
But back to it, we are going to try the Brown Derby cocktail. And you said you found this on the Old Forester website.
This is right off of Old Forester's website. And so because of that, and because their website specifically used the 1920, we made this up with the 1920.
It smells really citrusy.
And our glasses are still frosted, so let's get into this.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers, sir.
It's got a little touch of foam up on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And that honey syrup sings as a sweetener.
Yeah, that's sweet baby Jesus. Ooh. I'm digging on this. It's a simple cocktail. It's your bourbon, the Old Forester 1920. It's 3/4 honey syrup, which is actually a lot of honey syrup compared to most of the cocktails that we've used.
You're messing with a bitter citrus.
And we're doing 1.5 ounces of fresh grapefruit juice.
Yeah, I think that would make a superb, like, summer refreshing lemonade kind of alternative kind of thing with grapefruit juice. You add that bourbon, holy shit, even better.
I wonder if we mix this up as is, poured this in a Collins glass over ice, and then topped with some of our extra Reed's ginger beer.
Mm-hmm.
I bet this would be real fantastic.
Well, maybe we'll have to put that in the Savor the Burn cookbook one day.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh man.
Let's see here. Nose. Very nice. Very nice. Smells like boiled bratwurst. Maybe that's just my fingers. I need to wash my hands when I go into public. Boiled bratwurst. Where the fuck did that come from? I don't know why I say half the shit I say, man. I don't know.
I'm not going to waste any more time either. I'm going to...
Yeah, we got this cake. All right, so this cake, Miss Katie brought this down while we were mid-episode with the 1920. I've forgotten what it was that she said she put on this. Like something about toasted pretzels?
Something?
What was it?
So it is a devil's food cake. It is a whipped cream topping.
Yes.
And then, are you familiar with the Dottie's twisted pretzels?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Dottie's cinnamon sugar twisted pretzels.
So
that she has crushed and put all over the top. My goodness.
She's a mad scientist.
My goodness. Get into it. Just do it.
Gar. I'm going to get into it right meow.
Do it. That little bit of a pretzel right there on the top.
And you know me, I'm not a fan of pretzels.
Right.
But those cinnamon twist pretzels that we had here, it was our snack for that night. Episodes ago.
Same pretzels.
Yeah, same pretzels.
Or same style pretzels. Mm-hmm. I think it's a new bag because we go through those.
We saw those at probably Wally World the other day, and I told Jennifer how good they were, and she's like, "Yeah, but I don't want this giant bag." And I'm thinking, just get the fucking giant bag. I will help you eat them, But this is so good, Katie. This is really good. Mm-hmm. So good.
And because of the whipped cream frosting, she's got that in the fridge upstairs. So
yeah, she said we can always add more.
She invited us to have more.
That was so good. You probably scored it low again, didn't you?
I got numbers.
So do I. This is only 4 criteria. Are we still adding up and divided by 2?
Yeah, 4 criteria. We add everything together, which gives us a total possible of 20. So then we divide by 2 to get our 1 to 10 rating.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm ready to get into this rating.
Let's do it.
I gave it on the nose a 4.5.
Oh, damn. I underscored it. I'm sorry.
No, this is your rating. It's you. Yeah, no shame in this game.
For whatever reason, this is very citrus forward. But for whatever reason, my cocktails and noses for me are always low scores. I gave it a 3 3/4.
3 3/4 is not bad. It's better than average.
Yeah.
How about did I tell you what I gave it? I gave it a 4.5. Yeah, that's why you said you underscored it.
Yep.
On the palate, I gave it a 4 3/4.
Girl.
It's fucking delicious.
Same.
4 3/4 for you too. It's like I send that GIF and or GIF, whatever, however the cool kids are pronouncing it, and it's that chick being like, "Girl, same." There's no audio. The only audio you hear is in your head.
Right.
So I send that enough times. Next thing I know, it's stuck in your head too.
Mm-hmm. With the inflection and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to do, even if you're in the drive-thru at a burger joint. And she's talking about how the burgers shrink in the cold. And I'm like, girl, same. And hilarity ensues. Yep. Unfortunately, she's going to have that mental image scarred in her brain.
I don't know why this story just popped into my head. It's kind of a rock story.
I was going to say, is this a rock tale?
It kind of is a rock tale.
All right.
And I don't remember how long Katie and I had been dating.
Mm-hmm.
This is very, very pre-marriage. Actually, this is pre-living together.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, this was early on,
So it's courting.
and I don't remember what show. It may have been It would not have been a Burn the Gates show because it was early on. I think we may have been at the Riot Room just for a show.
Okay.
We were there, and we were waiting on the boys to show up as well. And by boys, I mean Mitch, Eric,
Okay.
those guys.
So not the rest of the band.
Yeah. Do you remember in the Riot Room where the cigarette machine used to sit? Like when you...
Kind of over by the bathrooms?
No. At some point, it moved over there, but it used to be over by the front windows. So if you
Over by the sound booth.
if right behind the sound booth. So yeah, you walk in the front door to your right. There's that window, and then there's a little bit of a half wall right before the sound booth, right?
Yeah.
And they had it. Sometimes, depending on the bands or whatever, that would become a band merch booth type area. But most of the time, there was a little round table that sat right there by that window. We got there early. Kate and I were sitting at the table having some drinks. And out of the corner of my eye, I recognize and I notice Mitch is coming down the sidewalk.
Okay.
And he sees us sitting there in the window. And before I have time to even think or react or warn it would be a better term, warn Katie, don't look over at the window. Mitch has pulled his junk out and full on like bubblegum bat winged himself up against the window.
Had he met her yet?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay.
But she hears the thunk of the window and looks over just in time to see this
Mashed potato display.
Yeah. Hamburger patty smashed right up against the window.
Wow, that's funny. The worst I've done is just moon people.
She's still scarred from that.
Yeah, boy, I'm scarred just hearing about it. So, yeah, so the old Roxy, like they had the pool tables upstairs by the big window out front.
Yep.
The big picture window. And so,
is this pre-Kilroy or after Kilroy?
Either one, really.
Okay.
So, whatever band you're in, you have a show. You're back there in that tiny little corner back when it was a triangle stage. So probably pre-Kilroy, because he expanded the stage almost immediately after getting it, which kudos to him.
Right.
Anyway, so like out by the parking lot, that little sidewalk there, with that big, picture window up there, you could be playing pool, look over your shoulder and see a bunch of people outside doing whatever, hanging out, party environment. Well, if I knew anybody that was out there sucking that butt, getting their nicotine fix, I might go over. So I'll slightly drop my pants to where like the top of my pants is at the lower level of the rim of my shirt.
So no one inside knows what you're doing.
No,
it's just
all they see is me standing there, chalking my stick, getting ready to take my shot. As soon as I lean over, the shirt comes up, and it's nothing but, bare ass for everybody out in the parking lot to see. So I do that kind of thing at home. Like I'll walk into a room and I'll be like looking up at something on the ceiling or something up on the wall. I'm like, that's weird. And I'll wait till people are looking at me, wondering what it is that I'm looking at. And then I'll reach up with my arms. And when you reach up, your shirt comes up and my ass is clearly hanging out. So I moon people. It's just a sign of affection, I guess. I don't know. I think it's funny. I think butts at the right time are funny. Butts are funny. And with me, I've got like no ass. It's just like back fat and legs. That's just how my ass works. It might as well be indented. If you've ever seen Hank Hill, like there was some episode where he was racing lawnmowers or something, and like there was he kept talking about how he doesn't have an ass. He's just sitting on the base of his spine or something, so he can't be on the lawnmower for long. So they had to give him padding in his back pockets. I'm like, that's a good idea. I should put padding in my back pocket so my back doesn't hurt all the time. But yeah, like there's probably a picture somewhere. I'll look. I'll give it a Google. Let's see if Google has it. Hank Hill's ass. Go images.
Oh, that's so wrong.
So basically, if you take a bullfrog and you turn him around, that's me. That's me, Mr. Bullfrog. No ass. No ass having ass. So it's just funny to me to put that on display at other people's bewilderment, if that's the right word,
or expense.
At their expense. It's not at their behest. They are not requesting it. No, sir. No, sir. They're just subject to random butt cheeks, and butts are funny. You know, boobs can be funny too. There was a movie with Jenny. She was a playmate for a while. She's an actress.
McCarthy,
Jenny McCarthy. There was some movie, probably some coming of midlife age crisis kind of movie. I don't know. She was trying to do something like put on her shoes, but her boob fell out. And I was like, that's fucking funny. And so she's all flustered and trying to fuck with her shoe and her tits just fucking flopping around. And I'm like, that's really fucking funny. It was nothing sexual about it. It was just watching this poor woman get all flustered with her own body and not being able to control it and just being so embarrassed and pissed off about it. And so I think she's standing up having a meltdown and her fucking tits hanging out. I'm like, that's really funny. So nudity can be really funny at times, tastefully funny.
I agree.
Now, that said, you're not going to find me streaking. I'm not going to go running around the block butt-ass naked. For one, it's always too cold for me to do that. I don't care how hot it is outside.
A little old school action.
We're going streaking. Who's we? All of us. That is a tasty damn cocktail.
Yes, sir.
We didn't get to finish. Palate, we both gave it a 475.
That's right.
On the finish, I stuck with 475. How about you?
I did 4 1/4.
425. All right.
Great.
All right.
Great finish, but yeah.
It's not lingering except for the sweetness.
Right.
And the sweetness turns from honey to sugar. Either way, I'm happy with it because I like sugar. I love honey. Presentation. What'd you give on presentation?
Well,
I mean, we're talking about cool looking cocktail glasses that you could probably find at savortheburn.com/shop.
You might be able to.
You scroll on down and you can pick the same cocktail glasses that we're using in this episode and that you will see in on our socials when these pictures are posted, and in savortheburn.com/cocktails. You'll see it there with the Brown Derby cocktail.
You might be surprised, but I mean, that photo right there.
You would even say it glows.
I gave it a 5.
Get the fuck out! I am surprised. You gave it a 5? I gave it a 5.
You know, even with the bottle.
Yep, it's beautiful.
It's good.
It's every bit as good as the Old Forester website.
Even with both cocktails and the bottle.
Yeah, every bit as good as what's on their website, only better. I think it's in the lighting.
I mean, if for no other reason,
the cocktail glass is frosted.
So one, clearly the glass in the photo, those are singles.
Yeah,
much smaller cocktail than what we made. There is also not a large cube.
There's not a large cube, and it says that right there under serve. Strain into large rocks glass over a large cube. Yep. There are cubes, plural, I think. If I'm looking at the lines right, because there's multiple lines going that way.
Maybe. No, I
you know, we got the verticals. And
I think that's the glass. I think
the glass is causing that?
Yes, I think that the glass, has the vertical facets on there.
So they just shook it in ice and poured it?
I don't think there's a cube at all in that glass. I think that's just a poured straight, which, I mean, there's a multitude of cocktails that you don't, your Manhattan's in a coupe glass.
Boulevardier.
No cube. Just chilled,
It's in a chilled glass.
and it's in a chilled glass.
Their glasses
Their
don't
glasses,
look chilled.
Their glasses are not
It
chilled.
looks like they are poops.
They are polished to get rid of all the fingerprints. They are crystal clear. They are clean, crisp, good-looking glasses.
And riddle me this, Batman.
They are not.
How did they make that cocktail without opening that bottle?
You know what? That's a great question.
I see that on a lot of people. Or on a lot of websites.
You know what? That brings me back to a lot of the fine art, the paintings that I do. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of paintings. Up till recently, I've done a ton of paintings of beer still life paintings. So a lot of boulevards. Boulevard is the local brewery.
And I've seen the caps popped and laying next to the glass.
I do not have one painting that I've done where the bottle is uncapped. The cap is always off the bottle because the glass is full, right?
Yeah. I swear I saw one that had the cap off.
Oh, they're always off.
Okay.
They're always off.
Okay.
You will not see a painting of mine where it is a full unopened bottle.
Okay.
The bottle is always opened and it's always poured.
Yeah.
Because, well, I've poured it and
That's
I've
life.
Drank it.
That's life, and art imitates life.
Right. So I am in the process of working on a new series that is based off of a lot of the photos that I have taken for these delightful cocktails that we've done on this podcast. Those photos are going to find their way into a gallery show. Or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. I think they're also going to find their way into a cookbook, a recipe cocktail book that we've talked about.
That would be great.
And maybe the book is a combination of the photography, fine art paintings, and cocktail recipes.
Maybe
and a rocktail or two.
The book, the recipe book, could be the photos, and a calendar could be the painting.
A lot of options.
Vice versa. Yeah, a lot of options.
And down the road, maybe those are things that become perks of
being a
patron. Yep.
In the Patreon, yeah. That would be really cool. Super exclusive. Nobody gets it except for Patreon supporters.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Things to mull over.
And if they're a Patreon supporter with a one-time donation, maybe they can get the perk in the store somehow, or of the exclusive Patreon merch deals, or maybe they could just sign up for 1 month, cheat the system, get the deals that they want, and get out. That's fine too. That's fine
whatever.
Too. They support us. We're happy to spread the love. But making this cocktail, the Brown Derby, I don't know why they called it the Brown Derby. Is there any history on this that you have found?
I apologize. I did not dig any deeper. I should have.
Let's see what Google can come up with.
Maybe
see if anybody's got.
Maybe our friend Google.
Yeah.
Will help us out there.
You can go to many a website, but when it comes to facts and history, a lot of people rely heavily on Wikipedia.
Sure.
Even though Wikipedia has had a bit of a sordid history as far as their facts and fact checking goes, I would think with the cocktail, it'd probably be okay to rely on that kind of thing. So here on Wikipedia, on the Brown Derby cocktail history here, it says, the Brown Derby, originally called de rigueur, I'm not sure, it looks French, DERIGUEUR, I'm not sure. Anyway, in cocktail books, is a 3-ingredient cocktail that was named after the Brown Derby hat-shaped Los Angeles diner. It consists of bourbon, grapefruit juice, and honey syrup. The cocktail was created at the Hollywood Reporter, founder Billy Wilkerson's Vendome Club, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, on Sunset Boulevard in 1930. The Brown Derby is considered a brunch cocktail in that it is tart enough to wake up the palate, but not tangy enough to jolt. I might agree with that. It has also been described as an edgy riff on a daiquiri and, quote, wholly unlike popular whiskey cocktails, and that it comes across as light and fresh, unquote. One advantage of the Brown Derby is that its ingredients are easy to find. It does not, for example, require any obscure liqueurs.
Is it 1930?
1930, yeah. So this has got some good history on it.
That's an old cocktail.
Yeah, that's right before the Depression. I think wouldn't Depression hit in 33, 34, maybe 35? It goes on here to say it has been noted that the honey in the Brown Derby is able to bridge, quote, bridge the gap between bourbon's sweet, earthy caramel flavors and grapefruit's acidic floral tang, unquote. Some variants include herbs such as rosemary or sage, or substitute rye whiskey for bourbon. Now, if you took rosemary and put this on here and added an egg white, I think we might be dealing with pretty much the same thing as the first frost.
Pretty darn close.
Because the first frost was bourbon, egg white, honey syrup, rosemary. I don't think the rosemary was in the shaker, though. It was just the garnish, wasn't it?
That was also the...
smacked it on the glass?
No, it was the rosemary simple syrup.
Oh, okay. All right. So I do stand corrected. It's similar, but it's definitely not the same. And before we get any further, we got to wrap up the rating.
Let's wrap it.
Right? So we got presentation. Both of us gave it a 5. My final score, all said and done, everything added up and divided by 2, is 9 1/4, 9.25.
God damn.
What'd you give it?
8 7/8. 8.875. We're close.
Very close.
We're
yeah.
Quarter point apart.
That's all it is?
Yep.
Huh.
You said 9 1/8, right?
No, 9 1/4.
Okay. So we're 3/8 apart.
Yeah, 3/8 apart. Yeah, quarter point. You'd be at 8.5. Whatever. Splitting hairs. I'm not good at math. So
stupid whiskey.
In my little Reader's Digest synopsis here, I said a fun and simple cocktail to make, citrusy on the nose, plenty of sweetness from the honey syrup, stupid good, and 0 complaints from us. Try it this summer, because I really think that this would be a great summer cocktail.
Yes, sir.
All day. That was my feet. I'm not like farting or nothing. I ain't got no thunderbutt. Fart jokes are funny.
Henry thinks so.
They are funny. Farts are funny. That's one of the
boogers.
That's one of the key components to success in the entertainment industry. You got booger. It's like this.
Booger, fart.
Booger, fart, wiener. And we've already been through the wiener part, thanks to your story on Mitch. So all in all, the Brown Derby cocktail really turned out to be a really, really tasty fucking treat. So you can serve this one. It doesn't have to be a summer exclusive, cocktail, like you're having like a little get together. It's a balmy, steamy night. Luckily, hopefully there's no mosquitoes hounding everybody at your party. But, everybody's enjoying this really citrusy, sweet bourbon, cocktail called the Brown Derby cocktail. So I'm just trying to paint this word picture here as best as I can, Mr. W2. You're the one that actually paints pictures.
I do.
I'm trying to use words, and I'm
doing a great job.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm getting tongue-tied just even trying to describe all this. So it's a very delicious cocktail. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. 3 out of 5 stars. Wouldn't change a thing. Hashtag Hell Nimrod. Definitely check out the Brown Derby cocktail. And always remember, dear listener, no matter what cocktail you're drinking and who you're drinking it with, always remember and never forget, keep on burning.